Hi, I'm Amy Swartz, Director of Special Services for Ponca City Public Schools. I just want to chat with you about a few things that affect all of our students or many of our students as we reopen for this fall. Things will obviously look different as we return to school. We want to make sure that we have precautions and safeguards in place to protect our students, but also ensure that we're not sacrificing the quality of our services that we provide to meet students' needs. Here are some key points to keep in mind. There is no one-size-fits-all plan for special education. Decisions regarding situations resulting from a disability will be made on a case-by-case basis based upon the needs of that individual student. Any changes in services will be made through the IEP process. Communication is key. If there are any questions or any concerns that you have regarding your child's special education, please be sure to contact your child's special education teacher or principal. As always, you can request an IEP team meeting at any time throughout the school year. Many of our students receive related services such as speech therapy, occupational therapy, and physical therapy. These are some areas that we've had to really take special consideration into what safeguards need to be put into place while also providing those services. Since face coverings may be necessary in some situations, we have had to take a look at how our speech services would be carried out with those precautions in place. Many of our speech paths model oral placement for students. They're watching for students' oral placement as they're practicing skills to help them make corrections to their speech, and that would be really challenging to do with a cloth face covering. So as a result, we have purchased some additional things for speech therapy specifically, and for teachers that need them, that would allow students to be able to still see their face and for them to see students' faces also as they work on skills. These things may include clear face shields, partitions for their tables that are transparent so that they can still see their students as they're working on those skills. For occupational and physical therapy, our therapists work in very close proximity to our students just due to the nature of the services that are needed. As a result, both the therapist and the student may be required to wear a face covering if appropriate for the duration of that service session. We want to make sure that we can provide services that are appropriate while also protecting both students and staff. Many of our related service providers serve students at multiple sites throughout the week. As a result, they may be in more than one building within one day and certainly a few buildings over the course of the school week. They will make sure to coordinate with the principals at those sites to make sure that they are following any protocol and precautions needed for entering those buildings. In the event of an intermittent closure, special services will continue via Google Classroom or another district online platform. If a service provider, such as a speech pathologist, occupational or physical therapist, if they were to be quarantined with one particular site, then their services would continue virtually for students who may also be quarantined, but also be provided virtually for students who may still be on site at a different location. So for example, if an occupational therapist sees students at sites A and B, and they are quarantined with a portion of site A due to exposure, then they would be providing services not only to their students at site A virtually, but they would be providing those services virtually for site B as well, while those students are on site at their school site being facilitated by another staff member. Another area that affects all of our students at some point in the year is the need for IEP meetings. These meetings will continue to be offered via phone conference or via virtual meeting platform. And if there is a need for an in-person meeting in order for you to meaningfully participate in your child's development of the IEP, we will still continue to offer in-person meetings with the knowledge of knowing that there will be additional precautions in place. Those would be made by appointment. Face coverings might be required. You'll need to check with your site principal or special education teacher ahead of time to make sure you know what will be needed in preparation for your meeting. Some sites have larger meeting areas where they'll be able to social distance a little more easily. Others may not, and in those cases may require a face covering during those meetings. If you have any questions as we navigate this new school year, please be sure to communicate with your child's special education teacher, with the site principal. They will be able to help you with site-specific arrangements that are made. You're welcome to call me also at the Central Administration Office anytime if you have questions or concerns that need to be addressed regarding your child's education. Thank you.